What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Doctor Who video. So, first of all, I want to thank you for clicking. If you're new, please do drop a like. Let's see if we can get maybe 50 likes. That'd be super appreciated. If you're new, subscribe. If you enjoy the rest of this video, is super appreciated. I have covered all of this season of Doctor Who as well. You can check it out in the playlist. So this episode was really interesting. I wasn't too hot on the previous episode of Doctor Who. It felt a bit boring. It didn't feel as much as they could have done with the episode. I felt like the monks were an interesting addition, but I never really thought that they were executed as well as they could have. But this episode, in my opinion, did really do that. They really did kind of up the ante, and they made the monks look menacing. And I kind of think that they should have done this as maybe a 3-part episode. I think this would have been a lot more interesting having it 3 parts. I feel like they could have done a lot more with this storyline, fleshing out the monks. But I like the fact that they are an actual universal threat. So this isn't going to be the last time that we discover the monks. Just like the Weeping Angels, they are a fantastic character. And they're not actually going to be... They weren't seen just once. We saw them quite a lot, but we haven't seen them in some time. But I'm sure they will be around somewhere, probably behind me there. But I really did like the monks. I think they're a cool, interesting character. And I really, really did love the start of this episode, where it started off with like the kind of history of the monks and how they've always been here and that kind of thing. I thought that was really, really neat. I like the kind of thoughts police entering those people's homes when they're just watching propaganda, or they are kind of having memory crimes, which I thought was a really, really neat way of doing things. It really did remind me of the film Equilibrium with Christian Bale and, of course, Sean Bean. And I believe Ty Diggs was in there as well. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, if you like that start of it, well, then you should definitely check out Equilibrium, or possibly Viva Vendetta, which is kind of along the lines of what is going on. And I can't help but think these storylines are very, very apt with what is happening in the world today with Trump and also the British election that's going on right now. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean. So this was a really neat episode. I kind of didn't like the real use of Bill's mother in this episode. I didn't like how much they used Bill's mother in this episode. I know a lot of people on Twitter. I was following the hashtag Doctor Who on the tweeters, and I kind of felt along with other people who didn't like having her as the main thing. And one problem with this episode, I think, is how much Moffat had written himself into the corner. I know he may not have written the entire episode, but it feels like very Moffat season, where he writes himself into a corner and can't get out of it, and uses some kind of MacGuffin, uses the lame thing that Bill thinks or thought of her mother to get the human race out from under this spell. And the person who actually helped them was Missy, who is trying to reform. And I really, really like the fact that she had returned. Michelle Gomez is a fantastic addition to Doctor Who. Not really sure where we're going to get John Sim. I was like, when that faux regeneration hit, I lost my mind. I thought he was going to regenerate into John Sim, which would have been absolutely sick, but he didn't. So we didn't get that, but we got that fake regeneration, which I went mad for. I went absolutely insane for having that regeneration. Not sure how much I liked the fake thing from the Doctor there. So overall, this was a very, very good episode in my opinion. I thought it was a really well done end to the monks, which sadly had a bit of a rubbish start in my opinion when they appeared on the Earth. So I'm aware that this was a 3-part episode, but it wasn't, in my opinion, a true 3-part episode. We had the monks properly, but I think that kind of really expanding upon this part. So I know what I said earlier in the video where it was a 3-parter. Yes, I know it was a 3-parter, but having it, what I mean is having the extension of this episode. I feel like living in this world would have been a lot more interesting. I wanted to see more of what this world is with all these these memory crime episodes. So while I said that this was actually or should have been a 3-part episode, what I mean is the fact that we should actually have a 4-parter. I think that we had the kind of introduction, and then I feel like the actual monk storyline on Earth should have really been a 3-part episode. So I think that we should have had last week's episode, this week's episode, and next week would have been the resolution of everything that actually happened. So I think that would have made it a bit better, more of a longer storyline, I think. And well, it's pretty much a compliment that I want to see more of this world. I think Bill is fast become my second favourite companion of the new seasons of season 1 to 10, because Amy Pond will never be taken off top, and Rose I never liked, and Clara I hated. So Bill is my close second there. I'm expecting a lot of hate and dislikes on that, I'm afraid, but whatever, I don't care, and it's my opinion, and let me know what you think below, and I'm sure you will. So we've got the interesting Easter egg of Magpie Electronics as well, which I thought was pretty cool. That was the electrical company in the Idiot's Lantern episode. So really neat Easter egg there as well. We're going to Mars, and well, shit is going to go down on there, and I think that's going to be really cool. The first introduction of those villains as well. So that is it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.